right, and welcome to your Drip 6 podcast. I am here with your Drip 6 podcast members.
It's your girl, Jayla.
Cheddar Cheeks. It's your girl, Dee
Camden.
It's your boy, Lewis.
And I am Miss Kempson, and today we're going to talk to you about the things that matter to the students here at Luella Middle School. All right, so today we're going to talk to you guys about bullying. Tell me, what do you think bullying is?
I think bullying is when someone is picked on because of personal appearance or other things about another because the other person feels superior over them for some reason.
Okay.
What I think bullying is unwanted aggressive behavior among school-age children. That involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has been potential to be repeated over time.
It's like when you want to purposefully hurt someone.
Right. Okay.
Bullying is like when you try and like get on somebody's nerves or getting under somebody's skin by making fun of their looks or like what they feel like mentally.
Right.
I think sometimes, like you say something and you don't try to be rude.
Right.
It just kind of comes out rude. But like bullying, it's on purpose and it's repetitive.
And that's the key part right there. So you say repetitive. So sometimes kids will say, oh, I'm being bullied because somebody made one mean comment about them. Bullying is not if I insult you one time. That's just being mean. But if I keep doing it over and over and you've already told me it makes you uncomfortable, stop, or I don't like it, and you're doing it to get a reaction, then that's when it becomes bullying. So if you think about it, the way Henry County actually defines bullying is they believe that, the students, of course, learn better in a safe environment, but it's defined as an act that's any willful attempt or threat to inflict injury on another person, and it's accompanied by an apparent present to do intentional display of force that will give the victim a reason to feel like they're going to get some type of bodily harm. It can also be emotionally. It also gives any intentional written, verbal, or physical act with a reasonable person would perceive as being a threat, harassment, intimidation. It can cause another person substantial harm or visibly body harm. It also has an effect on, the kid's education, and it's severe, it's persistent. It can even be persuasive, and it creates a bad environment for the school and the kids that they're around. So knowing that now bullying is just repetitive and not a one-time occurrence, what I see a lot now is elementary school kids who aren't able to handle these situations and, they're taking their own life or they're harming themselves. Have you guys had any dealings with bullying yourself, and how did you handle it?
No, but I know people who have, and they kind of come unglued when it happens, and it's sad to see.
Thankfully, I haven't.
I haven't dealt with bullying myself, but I have seen documentaries and things about bullying that's happened to younger kids.
So how do kids stop bullying then? So how do we help to stop the bullying?
The best thing you can do is notice it immediately and tell an adult to.
So what if I'm the type where I'm afraid? I don't want to tell an adult. I don't trust the adult. So then what do we do?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, I think so many people experience bullying or they're witnesses to bullying, but they're just afraid to speak up about it. I mean, they don't tell anybody.
Right.
That's when things get worse. If you don't do anything about it, then the bully keeps bullying.
I agree. And I wonder sometimes if social media makes it worse, because I noticed that a lot of times on social media, you just have people that literally troll all day, and they just attack people all day, and it has to be a reason behind it. When I was in the classroom, I had students who had all types of situations, whether it was homelessness, whether it was financial, whether it was physical abuse or emotional abuse. And I always try to speak kindly to them when we're doing stuff, because I don't ever want what I say or do to negatively affect a student. Because that's the other thing when we're talking about bullying. You have kids who may be being bullied at home. They may be going through their own things, and then they just take it out on the next person. So, I mean, what do you think are like reasons that these kids are being bullied?
I think social media does play a factor into it, because nowadays there are like anonymous apps, and people often just like post them just to get a reaction out of it, but it could lead to something bad. And you could have undercover profiles, like you never know who is who. So they just do what they want because they know that they think that you'll never find out who it is. Or even if it's in person, I feel like people just bully just for self-esteem issues.
Right.
Well, most of the time, the bullies have been bullied at one point, and they think the only way to get back at the world or the universe for doing this to them is to bully again and repeat the thing that their previous bully did to the others.
Do you think sometimes like a parent could have been a bully and then their child ends up being that same bully, or do you think it doesn't really matter?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys. Join us next month when we have another topic and another discussion. We out.